Okay, so this is actually an art project when I was going to the art center. And the project was to create a virulent gesture, but subtle. So when you look at this, it's all in pencil and has some pretty good shading in the windows and the blinds. Of course, this is from my house, so it's kind of one of those things that you use a reference. But the violent gesture is right there. It's just the subtle closing the window on a leaf. Okay, so this is one I was showing. It's something recent I've been working on. Did some more work to it, but I also mentioned that there would be faces in here. Some are kind of subtle. So you can see that there's some faces in here. They're all over. There's a person down here. Anyway, they're all over the place. This is too obvious. I might tone that down. There's some in here. There's kind of one profile right in there. There's one in here. Definitely you can see that one in there. And there's some other ones in here. But when you're looking at it, it doesn't show that. Okay, so this is another, I'm doing a series of surrealistic paintings. That's something I really enjoy doing. That for most people, it's just random. Most of these have some kind of meaning to me, but I'm not going to explain everything in detail of the total meaning. I may explain a couple. But this is in acrylics. This is what I used to do when I was using acrylics. And now I strictly use watercolor. So I was able to manipulate the acrylics. My work does get a little strange or dark. Yes, they are fingers coming out of the ground. This is all done in pencil. Very strange, but I don't want to explain this one, but very strange. So this is another one. Now, sometimes my surrealistic paintings develop in my brain. And this is one of those dreams I had. And because I'm in New Mexico, there's always a balloon fiesta and there's different things in here. So my dream was my kids were floating and the balloons were on the ground. Now, I just don't photograph children. So I kind of put out to a couple of classes that if you wanted to be in a painting, I need to photograph you and you have to have your parents sign. Unfortunately or fortunately, a lot of people wanted to be in my painting. And I did have them sign their names to the back of the painting. So this is just one because there were so many kids. I felt really bad that I couldn't do it because I only thought there was going to be a few or maybe 5 or 6 kids, and it was a whole bunch. So this is the first painting. And that was out of paper watercolor. This is out of an illustration board. So this is the next group. So yes, but and this one's a watercolor. So it's fairly small. I mean, but very weird dream. Okay, that's the names. I had them sign it. Sometimes my paintings take I don't know if you could call it political point of view, but the detail is still there. Trying to do a realistic manatee scene, those fish in the water and swimming around. And then you start to notice that there's objects in here that shouldn't be in there, mainly because of the junk we stick in the waters. Anyway, so that's a very political, surrealistic painting. Now, some of my paintings get a little weird, really weird. Again, this is kind of one of those paintings that work gloves. But this is just to creep people out. So when you kind of zoom out or zoom in, all of a sudden you see some legs coming out of your work gloves. And then if you look over here, you notice that would have been a big surprise for somebody to stick their hands in there. And it just, when you look at it and you realize there's black widows in there, it just makes your skin crawl a little bit. Okay, so this one takes some explaining. Okay, so you think it's kind of a situation, but it's kind of not the situation you think. This is a trap, and not a trap the way you would think. This is not the ordinary bunny. Has a big heart down there and stuff. But this is a vampire bunny. So he is trying to, or she is trying to lure you into the trap for obvious reasons, if she's a vampire bunny. Anyway, like I said, my work gets really strange. I'm missing a couple of ones I wanted to show because it's hard to find some of them. It was a bunch of dolphins. It was a pencil rendering that they're coming onto shore trying to survive from the oceans, from all the pollution and junk we throw in the oceans. Anyways, this is one of the most not understood paintings I've done. And I've showed this before a long time ago, and people had some interesting comments, and it was just like, wow, maybe I'm not explaining this. So I'm just showing this again. This is on an illustration board, and some of the detail is, pretty good. But the meaning behind this is what I would hope for. That the wheelchair parking is only used to park their wheelchairs because they don't really need them anymore. And that's what I hope and wish what was happening in the world. So that's kind of one of those misunderstood paintings, because I did have a lot of response, and it was just like, nope, that's not even close. Anyway, so I just wanted to explain that. And these are some of the work I've done, like a couple of them recent, and most of them are from way back, that are just done for my pleasure, because I did like the strange. I do a lot of different things. Anyway, so I just want to stop right there. I'll just come in a little bit closer one more time. Hello, I'm Steve Melendrez, a model maker, illustrator, scientific illustrator, sculptor, design natural history museum in Los Angeles. Done a lot of different things, but I'm going to be doing watercolor demonstrations of the techniques I've developed over the years. And it's going to go from a lot of different directions. And also I'm going to be doing videos, I call them video posters for my daughter. So a lot of stuff that I can leave to my daughter about her crazy dad. So I'm taking a lot of different directions, but mainly three. So anyway, that's my introduction that I'm going to attach to everything I'm doing now, so I don't have to repeat this. Be careful out there.